Yes, sir. Your name? Robert Biggin.
Your Honor, today's time and date set for probable cause conference. I was appointed 2 days ago. I did get the discovery yesterday, and a lot of videos came in yesterday. I have not had the opportunity to review those with him. I'm asking for a 2-week adjournment.
Any objection?
The adjournment that I would like to address bond.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to March 28, 2024, 9 a.m. as to bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're requesting either revocation of bond or to renew our request for $100,000 cash surety in this case. The revocation request is we have received a community corrections violation. The defendant has never appeared at community corrections and has failed to ask for anything. So on that note, I'm requesting revocation of the bond and an immediate remand. However, in addition, at the time of charging this case, and before I go on, do you have the community corrections?
I do not.
I received it yesterday, Your Honor.
I sent it to defense counsel and I can forward it to
Ann.
Provide you my copy.
Go ahead, Ms. Hughes.
At the time of charging this case, my office requested a $100,000 cash surety bond. The defendant does have an extensive criminal history in the sense that he has been convicted starting as far back as 2000. He was convicted of misdemeanor drug possession in 2003. He was convicted of domestic violence. 2004, he was convicted of fleeing third. That's noteworthy here because this is a fleeing third case as well. In 2008, he was charged with but not convicted of domestic violence third offense. In 2011, he was found guilty of resisting and obstructing the police of a life offense of carjacking and another carjacking and an attempted. That is his most recent, those are his most recent felony convictions from 2011. From that case, he was sentenced to 2 years to 5 years in the Department of Corrections. This is a fleeing and firearm case now, and his guidelines on this case are 14 to 28 months without a habitual. So this is like the best case, but at the very minimum, it doubles the 28 math that I believe is 59. I think that's correct. In this case, the defendant was driving erratically, so erratically to the point that he at one point was driving on the opposite side of the road into oncoming traffic in an attempt to evade the police. His speeds were, as far as I can see from the report, as high as 50 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. He put not only the police in danger, but also the community. Then, in addition to that, as you can see from the other charges, after the police, so at some point the police did have to terminate the word. Thank you. Chase pursuit. Thank you. Team effort. Because of how dangerous it was, instead they continued to follow him at a safe distance. Once he stopped the car, he got out of the car and continued to flee from the police on foot. While the police actually yelled at him, he was going to be shot. They were going to shoot him if he didn't stop running from the police. They were able to take him into custody, certainly without him continuing to assault and obstruct them first. Then, while they were inventorying the car that he fled in, they recovered a magazine from a handgun. This is a convicted felon. Multiple times.
Keep your eyes open. I don't know if you're just ignoring it because of the love you have for him, but you're enabling this behavior. It's time for tough love, and I don't know if you're ready for it. I know you've been dealing with a lot: ADHD, Tourette syndrome, substance abuse. We put him in a recovery center, sent all the necessary documentation, and they told us they were giving him the medication. But after a while,
based on their experience, that typically where there's a magazine, there is a handgun. And they discovered a handgun on the route and he fled from them. In addition to that, however, they also suspected, that he was under the influence. So we are waiting for his blood results still. Refused any testing. The blood testing is still in the lab. And then, as you can see from your charges as well, he was in possession. He was in possession of a bag that had some type of white powder in it. This was something left behind in the deputy's vehicle. Tried to. Your Honor, I'm requesting either just straight revocation, bond denial, or the bond violation of failing to ever go to community corrections, or I'm requesting the 100,000, which was already the request in this case. Thank you.
Mr. Jervis.
Your Honor, he was arraigned on February 12th. He did post his cash or surety on the 18th of February. Had a PCC on 2/22. Everybody was in court the last hearing. That was not addressed regarding his testing. He obviously got out. He didn't go to community corrections. He was unaware at that time. No one reminded him on the 22nd. I got the bond violation yesterday at about 4:10. I called him and told him to go to community corrections immediately. Got back on the phone with him, told him they closed at 4:30 to show up at 8 in the morning. He was there 8 in the morning to try and do an intake. They would not take a test, or they would not do an intake this morning. He was told due to the bond violation. His mother is here with him today. He's obviously showing up to court. He's not driving. He was in his mother's car. As far as, minimally, I don't know the full facts of the case. I did start reviewing some of the video. I do understand that there may be another occupant to that vehicle. I'm not too sure on who the actual driver was of that vehicle, be with 2 occupants. So regarding, I'm asking that the bond remain. I'm asking that he report to community corrections today, allow him to do the intake, and continue on a testing.
Why didn't he go test?
I don't know. And the other thing is no one reminded him the last time that was in hearing.
Okay, but he was told at arraignment to go test.
I understand. He was in custody at the arraignment and didn't post until 40 or 6 days later. So when he got out 6 days later, he didn't go and test. That is correct. And then he showed up 4 days later to his last hearing that got adjourned until today.
In regard to the, we don't know if he's the driver, he is being pursued by the police straight out of the driver's seat. They watch him get out to seat and they pursue him, they arrest him. So there's no break in that pursuit. I emailed community corrections yesterday asking for a community corrections update on him. Basically, I was looking for more fuel for this fire of this argument. They forwarded me that bond violation. I did not have a copy of it. It looks like the court didn't have a copy of it last time we were here.
We were here on what day?
The 22nd.
Something tells me that it was dated the 21st. I don't know what time it came. It actually is in my file, but I'm not sure when it came down because it doesn't appear that it was here the last time that we were here. When was he released from prison?
2013.
2015. His parole is now expired.
Pardon?
His parole is expired.
Send him over there right now. Is he going to test clean?
The answer to that is it's questionable, but it will probably come back.
Questionable.
Well, I do have the belief that he at least used marijuana prior to the last few days.
And the defendant's bond is increased to $50,000 cash surety. Defendant's remaining.